I probably sleep with them too soon, you think? In an ideal world, she says, I would wait for weeks, even months, to sleep with someone. In my reality, however, it happens very quickly. I sometimes sleep with them on the first or second date within the very first few weeks of dating. There's nothing inherently wrong with this except that I don't think it's getting me what I desire, which is a nice and healthy LTR. Waiting to sleep with them would give me a better chance. Correction. She sleeps with these guys on the first date all the time. Every time. Well, how do you know? Are you in her bedroom? No, I am definitely not in that big bitch's bedroom. But I don't have to be to know that she's giving it up on the first date every single time. And she gave herself away way back in episode 499, when she admitted that her friend staged an intervention to slow down her hookups. Take a look. Really needed to be alone at times. You guys are going to love this. There have been a few instances where the right thing to do was to be alone. For example, I was spending hours a day on dating apps and going on multiple first dates a week. I was out of control. When a friend had an intervention with me, I realized it was really time to take a deep breath and just be by myself for a while. Wow. An intervention, gentlemen. So let me get this straight. You are sleeping with so many guys in such a short amount of time. A friend of yours who is also highly promiscuous, and let's not pretend that you have chaste friends. We know slutty girls always have slutty friends, but your friend who also sleeps with men by the truckload decided to stage an intervention? This means that this chick was getting straight up ran through, and she was getting pounded by so many dudes that even her promiscuous friends were uncomfortable with how many dudes she was sleeping with. And let's not let this little phrase get away. She said multiple first dates a week. So she's going on all these first dates every week, which means there's not a second date the next week. Just first dates every week, which means she's sleeping with every dude she meets on the first date. This girl is a super hoe, guys. Listen, man, we all know that girls are highly promiscuous. But anytime a female's friends have to stage an intervention because even they are uncomfortable with the number of men she's sleeping with, she's the worst of the worst. This chick probably has so much male DNA floating around in her that her genetic code has probably been rewritten. Listen, she's got blue eyes now, but she probably was born with brown eyes. Jesus Christ. Miss Testa, in number 6, she's doing what all women do when it comes to their dating lives. And that, of course, is drastically minimizing the truth. She bangs these dudes on the first date every time, but then she says, sometimes. Which means she wants us to believe that she doesn't do it all the time. Then she says first or second or within the first few weeks of dating to make us think that she sometimes waits to sleep with these guys, which we know is 1,000% false. Then right at the end, she acknowledges that waiting to have sex with these guys increases her chances of a long-term relationship. So now you're probably thinking, well, if she knows that abstaining from sex for a few weeks gives her a better shot at commitment, then why does she keep sleeping with these guys on the first date? Well, this is simple, guys. Women lack impulse control. When women want to do something, they rarely have the discipline to sort of see the bigger picture and to think about the potential consequences of their actions. Spending money and sleeping with random guys are two things that women have absolutely no discipline to delay gratification with. And that's exactly why most women have taken a lot of penises and have a lot of debt. Pardon me. I think I project too far into the future. I think I know who's going to stick, she says. I imagine our future life together and I get carried away with fantasizing, projecting into the future. In doing so, I'm swept away by thinking right out of the present moment. I'm not even living a life with this person. I'm dreaming about what could be. I definitely could benefit from keeping my head outside of the clouds and looking at where my feet are. Now, this is the other side of the brain in the time machine phenomenon that I mentioned earlier. For every guy who starts dreaming about what it would be like to be in a long-term relationship with a girl you've been dating for a half an hour, 5 girls do the same, especially desperate girls like Janelle Testa. I've already talked about why this isn't good for men, but the reason it's bad for women is that when women start to visualize the future with a particular guy, they get clingy. They start acting like an obsessive stalker. I've had this happen to me many, many times, but it's not always a bad thing. You see, the hotter and younger the girl, the less I mind when she starts acting nutty. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely going to put her in check and handle her craziness. But pretty girls are a lot more palatable in this regard than older, less attractive women. And this is why Janelle ends up shooting herself in the foot. She gets all obsessed, and then she starts pushing for a long-term relationship because she's entertaining thoughts of the future with a guy she's seeing. Back when she was in her early 20s, this didn't scare dudes away because, again, she was young and pretty. But now that she's an overweight, tatted-up, bull-ring-wearing, card-carrying feminist who has a pharmacy in her medicine cabinet to keep her mind away from crazy thoughts and actions, the guy pulls the ripcord and gets the hell up out of there. Nothing wrong with girls putting their brains in a time machine, but they can only do it when they're young and pretty if they actually want the guy to stick around. Number 9. I worry I'm incapable of having an LTR. All of this serial dating BS, she says, has me thinking that there's something fundamentally wrong with me. I low-key worry that I'll never be able to have an LTR. Now she's using red pill language, I guess. That I'll forever be chasing boy after boy. I know this is crap, though. I can't be broken. I'm a lovable human being worthy of love. I have to shut down these voices in my head telling me I'm not good enough. This is the problem with women like Janelle Testa. The truth is staring them right in the face. But because they haven't realized that A, they've hit the wall, and B, they've been with so many dudes that they cannot emotionally pair bond to men anymore, they deny the fact that they're no longer viable for relationships with men of value. She said that the serial dating has her thinking that there's something fundamentally wrong with her. And she's right. There is something fundamentally wrong with her. And she doesn't low-key worry that she'll never be in a long-term relationship. She worries about it all the time because she knows that she is broken. She can tell herself, I can't be broken as many times as she wants, guys, but deep down she knows the truth. This is why she has to shut down those voices in her head that tell her she's not good enough, because she knows those voices are telling her the truth. The fact that she says, I can't be broken, it's almost like she's convincing herself. By saying it, it says that she is indeed broken, and men with red pill awareness know that broken men can be fixed, but broken women cannot. As it happens, women know this too, which is why they're in constant denial about it. Number 10, someone will stick someday. Call me a hopeless romantic, she says, but I don't think I can be stuck in this pattern forever. I think something's got to give. Eventually, someone will stick. I will have an actual relationship someday, and this pattern will stop haunting me. It may last for a little while longer first. That's just the antidepressants talking. That's all this is. The pills make her a hopeless romantic because without them, she'd just be hopeless. Now, when she says something's got to give, she's right. Something will give, which is her finally coming to the realization that she'll never be in a relationship of consequence with a man she truly loves and respects who also truly loves her. When she says that she'll have a relationship someday and the pattern will stop haunting her, that's her wishful thinking. She knows she'll continue that pattern, but the anti-anxiety med she's on allows her to remain delusional about her future. Number 11, I can't be the only one with this experience. Sometimes I feel totally crazy, she says, but I know I can't be the only one who's experiencing this. I mean, there's a meme that says, I met someone, then 2 days later, never mind. If a meme exists, there have to be lots of other people having those feelings. I'll find peace and comfort in that. She's right, guys. She's definitely not the only woman with this experience. This experience is widespread. But the fact that she says, I can't be the only one with this experience, says that she thinks that what she's going through is not normal. She thinks that she's some special snowflake who's stuck in this pattern of sleeping with guy after guy, getting excited, becoming neurotic and obsessive, getting ghosted on, rinse and repeat, but this happens to girls every day. The problem is she's not finding peace and comfort in that. Otherwise, she wouldn't be on 5 different medications to quell her depressing thoughts. And if you look at the screen, I've actually replaced all of the pictures in the article with pictures of her. The one that's on your screen now is a picture she posted on Instagram showing all of the medications that she is on. So anyone watching who thinks that I'm just making up this arbitrary rhetoric to sound clever or funny when I talk about girls being on antidepressants and all that, think again. The things I talk about are rooted in fact. That's the only way I know how to do it, guys. Number 12. I'm taking a break, she says. This may come as a surprise, she says, but lately I have actually been single. Who knew? I'm taking a break from dating because my tactics obviously aren't working for me. I'm going to refresh over the course of a few months, maybe a whole year. Then I'm going to start dating again. Hopefully, never mind will make itself scarce in my vocabulary. First of all, no one is surprised that you've been single, Janelle. The reasons are obvious. Just look at your screen. Secondly, you're not taking a break from the dating market, sweetie. The dating market is taking a break from you, as in a permanent break. Okay, yeah, you'll get the occasional one-night stand with a guy who's desperate, and you might even score a friends with benefits arrangement for a week or two, but a relationship is out of the question with you, even with low-value guys. And it's not your tactics that aren't working, Janelle. It's you are not working. You are the one that's not working, which means that you're not worth committing to anymore. Never mind will remain a staple in your vocabulary until you come to the realization that all you're good for is sex. And it won't be long before you're not even good for that.